Hello, I welcome you all to today's lesson where we are going to talk about trigonometric equations. So I'm going to make this very simple so that you understand everything that I'm going to say. Like I always tell you, I'm not only teaching you on how to answer these questions, but these questions should open your mind on how to answer another question which you may encounter in your exams. So this is the questions that we are having here for the internals, even the GCEs. This is very helpful. So let us know how we can answer these questions. Let us see how we can go about these questions. So I need your total attention even as we start answering these questions. So we've done cosine rule, sine rule on how to answer those questions, and we are concluding with this on part of paper 2. So we are about to start paper 1, where we now start looking at trigonometric ratios, which is SOHCAHTOA. But today, I just want us to revise through these equations. So answer these equations and try to give you questions. So straight away, let us now look at the first one. So they are saying solve the equations for, you are given a scale, you are given this. Theta is between 0 degrees and 360 degrees. That's what you are given. So how can you answer this? So when you look at this, how can we answer this question? So if you want to answer a question like this, you need to divide by what? The number, the coefficient which is here, so that we just remain with cos theta. So you say over 13. Even here you say over what? Over 13. So the 13 and 13 there will cancel out. We are just going to have cos theta is equal to, you get your calculator, you divide there, 5 divided by 13. What answer are you getting? The answer that you are going to get, your answer is 0.38461538 This is the answer that you are going to get. So with this answer now, you want to find the theta there. So what are you supposed to do? This theta, this cos will move to the other side of the equation because you want to find the value of theta there. So what you're going to say is that theta is equal to, when cos moves to the other side, it becomes cos inverse. Cos inverse of what? 0.38461538 like that. Then you say theta is now equal to what? Theta is now equal to what? How do you punch this? This answer is already displaying on your calculator. If you want, just say shift, then cos, then you say equals. You're still going to get the answer, which is 67.380 like that. The answer is just going. I can finish it if I want, but even if I end there, there is no any arm. So these are degrees, where I can now conclude and say theta is now equal to 67.4 degrees, 1 decimal place. Have you seen? This is the answer that I found. This is the first answer. When you look at the scale which you are given, we are told that the theta is between 0 degrees and 360. So this is the answer that we have. So if we go back to our question, if you check here, the answer was a positive. Have you seen? The answer there was a positive when we said cos theta is equal to a positive answer. Have you seen? Cos theta is equal to what? The positive. We've got a positive here. So when you look at the quadrants, this is now where most people find it difficult now to proceed after finding the answer. Because in most cases, if you look at the scale carefully, the first quadrant may not be included. Maybe it can start at 360, between 180 and 360. So we'll look at the quadrants. So when I look at these quadrants like this, these are quadrants. how many quadrants? 4 quadrants. So we know that here everything is positive. Here only sine. Here only tan. Here it is what? Cosine. So here when I say O, I mean all these cosine, tangent, this is sine, tangent and cosine, they are all positive. So this is the first quadrant. This is the second quadrant. This is the third quadrant. This is the what? The fourth quadrant. Have you seen? That is what you need to do. So for you to find another answer, apart from this one, what you need to do is that you check. The answer they have told you that it was what? Positive. Cos theta, this one is positive. So cos is only positive in the what? First quadrant. This is the answer we found. And also in the what? Fourth quadrant. So in the what? Fourth quadrant. So fourth quadrant, how do you find the theta there in the fourth quadrant? So I'll start with the first quadrant. First quadrant, what you need to know is that theta is equal to what? Theta. Angle is equal to angle. So for you to find the degrees there, just the same. So if you say 67.4 degrees is equal to theta, that's the answer there. In the second quadrant, what you are going to do is that you will say that when it is in the second quadrant, you say that 180 minus theta is equal to theta. This is what you are going to do. So if you want to find the value of theta, you say this theta which is here is the answer which you found. So you say 180 minus theta is equal to 67.4. But here our concentration is not on this part. Or if it was in the third quadrant, so third quadrant. So I'm telling you on how to answer questions related to this. So when it is in the third quadrant, what are you supposed to do in the third quadrant? In the third quadrant, you say theta minus 180 is equal to theta. This is what, so this theta here equal to theta, equal to theta is the first answer that you always find. Then your issue now is to find this theta which is there. But equal to the answer that you found always the first answer. So now we go to the fourth quadrant, which we are doing now. The fourth quadrant, what are you supposed to do? You just say 360 minus theta, which is equal to what? Theta now. This theta is the angle equal to the angle that you found. So now have you seen? So now I've told you that our concentration is what? Our concentration is the fourth quadrant. So this is the fourth quadrant. So what am I going to do? I get that one. 360 minus theta is equal to, what is the angle? This theta that is here at the end is the first answer that you found. So you say 67.4. Here you say when this one comes that side, it becomes positive. When this one comes this side, it becomes negative. This is just an equation. I don't know if you've seen. So this is 360 minus 67.4, which is equal to what? Which is equal to theta. Like that. The answer now. So if you try to do your calculations there, you say 360 minus 67.4. What answer are you getting? The answer that we are going to get, the answer that we are getting, we are saying that now theta is now equal to 292.6 degrees. So this is your what? This is your answer. So this is how you need to answer that. So I'm just here to make this very simple in your language, the language that you are going to understand. So this is the language that you are going to understand. This is all levels. So if I start saying reference angles, maybe I can try to confuse a lot of people, but I believe with this you are able to understand. But here, when I start teaching you here, there are reference angles. This is how we get to find the reference angles. But all levels, we don't deal with reference angles. That's why I don't want to touch that part. That's why I'm just telling you that just know this as an angle which you found. even this one has an angle which you found. So this is what I want you to know. This is what I want you to understand. So like this, you've answered the question. So this is the answer. This is also the answer. Why have I done this? Because I'm not limited. The scale is ending up to 360. Have you seen? Is this answer within 360? Yes. Is this answer within 360? Yes. It is within what? 360. So I now move to the next question. This is a question that I'm having on B. This is the question that I wrote down. So how do you answer this? Are you supposed to divide with anything here? No, there is nothing there. So just go direct. The sign will now move that side. So you're going to have theta is equal to sine inverse. You know that when it moves this side, it becomes inverse. Sine inverse of 0.6792, like that. Where now you are going to say theta is now equal to. So on your calculator, you say shift or second function, depending on the calculator that you are using. Sine, the inverse will show 0.6792. What answer are you having? You are going to have this answer, 42.78115.981. This is the answer that you are going to have, where you now say theta is now equal to 42.8 to 1 decimal place degrees. This is your answer. This is your what? Your first answer. You look at the scale up to what? From 0 degrees to 360. So this one is your first answer because it is within that range. Then you know that sine is not only positive in the first quadrant, but also in the other quadrant, which is the second quadrant. Have you seen sine? I told you sine like this. This is what we did. You need to know this. All students take coffee. This is the easiest way to memorize this. So this in the second quadrant, only sine is positive. Cosine is negative. Tan is negative. So only sine is what? Positive. So it's the second quadrant. How do we find the angle in the second quadrant? You just say 180 minus theta is equal to the angle that you found. This angle is always that one. You say 180 minus theta is equal to, the angle there is what? 42.8. Then you group the right terms. You group the what? The right terms. This is what you are going to do. So you just group the right terms here. We say this one will be what? Theta is now equal to 180 minus 42.8. Hope I haven't confused anyone here. This one will go this side. This one comes this side. This will be 180 minus 42.8, which is just the same as writing like this. This is just one and the same. So here, this is now equal to, you do your calculations there, where you say 180 minus 42.8. What is the answer? The answer is 137.2 degrees. This is your what? This is your answer. So this is your what? This is your answer. This is what you are supposed to know. This is what you need to understand. Hope you are understanding something here. So to prove what we are doing, anything in mathematics can be proved. So we can prove this. If you want to prove this, have you seen where there is here, this part here, where there is, we've got sine theta is equal to a positive answer there. So we look at where sine is positive. So sine theta is equal to this. What answer have we said? The answer we've said, the first answer is 42.8. So let's type if sine 42.8, if we are going to have that answer. Let us try this. Let us try this. We know that anything in mathematics can be proved. Get your calculator. Say, this is away from what we are doing. You don't need to show this in an exam. I just want to show you that this thing we are doing are provable. You can prove these things. So you say sine 42.8. What answer are you getting? The answer that you are getting, exact answer, which is there, which is 0.67. Then we're having 944. You are able to see that it is within the what? The range. Let's say sine, you now get this answer, the second answer. Sine 137.2. What answer are you getting? You are still getting the same answer, which is the sign that these two answers are what? Are correct. So this is what you need to do. These are procedures that you need to put in place. Hope I'm not confusing anyone. Hope you are able to understand. So this is what we are, as simple as this. This is what you are supposed to do. This is what you need to understand. Let us now look at the last one, which is having tan. We look at the last one, having tan. This is the last one that is having tan. How can you answer this question? There is nothing here. So tan, we are all these are positives. So if when we go there, we look at where tan is positive. You know tan is here. Tan is positive in the third quadrant and in the first quadrant. The first quadrant is for everything. We've got sine, cosine, and tan is for everything. So here we are going to have theta is equal to tan inverse. Tan inverse of what? 2.75. So we say theta is now equal to, what answer are we getting there? Shift tan 2.75. What answer are we getting? What answer are we getting there? We are getting a 70.0168934.8 degrees. So you can now just say this is what? 70 degrees. If you round off to the nearest whole number, this is just 70 what? 70 degrees. So this is what you need to do. Have you seen? As simple as this. So these are procedures that I want you people to be doing. This is what you need to do. These are some of the things that you need to do. So hope you've understood this part. Hope you are getting the concept. So let's make sure we write down these questions. I remember these are the questions I gave you in the test that we had. So make sure you get this, understand this very well. Make sure you understand this. These are simple things that you need to do. So these are simple stuffs that we need to do and take note of. So you even know that tan in the what? This is what? This is now the third quadrant. Tan is positive in the what? Third quadrant. So if tan is positive in the third quadrant, what are we supposed to do? So it's there, it's only positive there. So if it was negative, I was supposed to get this part and that part. So in this case, this wouldn't have been the answer because this is a positive one. It is in the first quadrant. So this is what, so I'll give you one question. You see when it is giving a negative, how to answer it, because that part, some people may be confused. So in this case like this is what we are supposed to do. So there in the what, this is the what, this is the third quadrant. It is theta minus 180, which is equal to what? Theta, the answer that you found. So here it is theta minus 180 is equal to what? 70. Have you seen? Equal to what? Equal to 70. So in this case now, it is the 180 that will go that side. So theta is now equal to 70 plus 180. You know that when it goes that side, the sign will change. So therefore, what will be your answer? What will be your final answer? What will be your final answer in this case? Your final answer, just say 70 plus what? 180. What answer are we getting? 250. So I'm getting a 250. 250 what? Degrees. This is the answer. So these two answers are correct. This answer and that answer. These are the two answers that we need to do. These are two answers that we need to take note of. You need to understand these two answers. You can now prove this. You can now prove this. Anything is provable. Let's start with the first one. Let's say tan 70. Tan 70, what is your answer? You still get 2.75. Still, wow, this is very nice. So have you seen? So you can even, you are not supposed to do this. I'm just showing you how you can prove them and see if your answers are correct. So tan 250, put there, you still get the same answer. Tan 70, put there, you still get the same answer. This is just to show you how you can prove this, because we've got that thing in us where if you are given a scale, I don't know who taught us this, maybe it's where we are coming from. So where you just see the 3 skis there. So after finding the answer there, you just say 3 skis minus 70. I don't know. It can give you correct answers in certain cases. In certain cases, so if you are lucky, it can give you a correct answer. But I want you people to get the concept behind this. This is what you are supposed to do. Once you understand this, there's no question that you are going to fail in an exam. So now, let me now give you the last one, which is giving us a negative. Now, a negative, how we can handle a negative, how we can handle a negative. When it is giving a negative, how can we handle that one when it is giving a negative? So what we are supposed to do is this. This is what we are supposed to do. So when it is giving a negative, when it is give, let's say you are having something like, they say cos theta is equal to negative 0.35. You've got something like this. Have you seen? Cos theta is equal to that. Cos theta is equal to what? Is equal to that. So you know that cosine is a negative answer. So it is a what? A negative answer. First find the answer. You say theta is now equal to cos inverse of negative 0.35. What answer are you getting? What answer are you going to get? What answer are you going to get? You say cos shift cos inverse comes 0.35. What answer are you getting? The answer that we are going to get, we are going to have theta is equal to 69.512. Have you seen 6? So to cut this short, I'll just say 69.5 degrees. Have you seen 69.5 degrees? This is the answer that I found. Looking at the scale here, have you seen the scale is ending up to what? 3 skis, from 0 to 3 skis. So you know that cos there was negative. Cos was what? Negative. Where is cos negative? Where is cos negative? Cos is negative in the second quadrant, because in the second quadrant only sign is positive. So cos, we've established that in the second what? Quadrant it is negative. And where else? Where else is it negative? In the what? Third there. In the third there. So also in the third it is what? In the third it is what? Negative. But in the fourth, this is where cos is positive. Even in the first quadrant it is what? Positive. So which means this one is not part of the answers. The answers are in the what? Second quadrant and third quadrant. Second quadrant, what are we supposed to do? So in the second quadrant, I told you that I wrote down this. You just say this minus this is equal to theta. This answer here, this is the answer that you found. So what are you going to do? You are going to say 180 minus theta is equal to the answer there, which is 69.5. You solve this equation. This is a simple equation. Theta comes this side. So you're going to have 180 minus 69.5, which is equal to, when theta comes this side, it becomes positive. So it becomes positive like this. So what you're going to do is that theta is now equal to what? What answer are you getting there? What answer are you going to get there? You say 180 minus 69.5. What answer are you getting? You're getting 110.5. This is the answer. If you look at this answer is in the what? Second quadrant. Have you seen? This is the answer. As simple as this. So this is answer 1 that you need to get. We move to answer 3. Answer number 2. Sorry. So this is the first answer. Then the second answer, this is the third quadrant. What did I say in the third quadrant? You say this minus this is equal to what? The answer that you found. So where you say this minus 180 is equal to 69.5. So I'm just simplifying this to your level so that you understand. I'm just simplifying this to your level so that you understand. So here you say this one goes aside. You're going to have something like 69.5. When this goes aside, becomes positive 18. You know that when a number crosses an equal to sign, the sign of that number changes. So what answer are you getting there? 69.5 plus 180. What answer are we getting? We are getting 249.5. This is the answer. Degrees there, even there, degrees. This is what you are supposed to do. Have you seen? So just understand where it is giving you a negative and a positive. You check the quadrants. Have you seen? So this is what I've just done. And this is what you also need to do, get and understand. Make sure you understand this. Make sure that you go through this. This is the easiest way to answer these questions. So I just want you to understand this concept. Understand this concept very well and see if you are able to answer other questions that may come in an exam. So let me now give you certain questions. I give you questions now, practice questions. So using the same question, using the same scale, we are still using the same scale, using that same scale, but certain questions you need to be attentive to the scale. You need to be attentive to the scale. But in this case, we are going to use the same scale. Let's see how we are going to answer questions. So the first one, this is the first one that I want you to answer. Two sine theta is equal to negative 1, say negative 0.235. Second answer, I want you to find the last one. I want you to find tan theta, which is equal to 1. Just like this. So these are the questions that I want you to answer. Solve the equations for 0 degrees to 360. That is the scale. Theta is between 0 degrees and 360. So let's see how we are going to answer these questions. Thank you so much. So I'm waiting for these answers. We see how we are going to answer these questions. So we submit these before 21 hours. These are simple questions. You don't need to waste time. So if we are to delay, should be 21:10. So let's submit these according to the time that I've given. Thank you so much.